Hey, what's up guys? Thrashback here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a brand new video where today we're talking some NHL 19 and the top 10 players who were snubbed out of the top 50. Now, the top 40 of 50 have been released by EA for NHL 19, and we have 10 left over, but we know who those 10 are, and Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Carey Price, Drew Doughty, and Alexander Ovechkin, Patrick Kane, Nikita Kucherov, Steven Stamkos, and Victor Hedman. Those are your top 10. They haven't been revealed yet. We don't know their ratings, but we know those are going to be the top 10. There's no way that someone like Patrick Kane is going to be 87 overall. I'm just saying. So, we know our top 10. We know what's happening. We know that there's some players in the top 50 that probably don't deserve to be there, and there's a lot of players who deserve a shot. I'm going to run through my top 10. I'll give you a rundown of some honorable mentions as well. We got lots of players to talk about. Really quickly, Jonathan Marchessault, Shane Gostisbehere, Henrik Lundqvist, Dustin Byfuglien, Sean Monahan, Duncan Keith, Gabriel Landeskog, Leon Draisaitl. All these players could be in the top 50. And don't get me wrong, Jonathan Toews is rated 87 overall. Jonathan Toews is rated 87 overall. All of these players could be 87. Technically, they would be top 50. They are not on the top 50 list of EA Sports, so therefore, they've been snubbed. There's a couple others as well. I also have a list of 10 I'm going to run down. Rantanen's one of them as well. Chris Letang. There's a lot of players. Ben Bishop, Corey Schneider. I could keep going. I know you can't fit all of these players in the top 50, but some of them definitely deserve a shot. And I could take some of the players out of the top 50, and I could replace them, and I don't think a lot of people would disagree. Now, I am going to be doing a full rundown of all 50 players when the top 10 are revealed, so be on the lookout for that. But 3 players I would take out that we already know are in the top 50 are Jonathan Toews, Frederik Andersen, and Devan Dubnyk. Now, not that I have anything against any of these 3 players, I do feel like a couple of them are higher rated than they should be, and there's a couple players who I feel like should definitely make it in. These 3 spots could be changed over to some of the players I have in this list, and I definitely feel that some of these players were snubbed. They're going to be 87. There's no way that they're less than 87. If they are, EA is messing up hard. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what players I believe are being snubbed out of the top 50. Now, none of these players are in any particular order, but David Pastrnak not being at least an 88 is a surprise to me, because he was an 87 last year. He proved this year that he's a better player than 87, I believe. I don't think he should still be an 87 overall. 88 makes sense to me. You could replace Jonathan Toews with David Pastrnak, and there you go. He's in your top 50. And some people are going to disagree with me. I understand. Let's have a discussion down below. Leave some comments, leave some hate, leave some love. Let me know what you think. I do feel like David Pastrnak deserves to be in the top 50. Now, everything I said about David Pastrnak is the exact same thing I'm going to say about Jack Eichel. Rated 87 last year. These are the final rosters for NHL 18, by the way. Rated 87 last year. I don't understand how he didn't get the bump up. Now, he might not have had, an outstanding year. Not Austin Matthews or Connor McDavid leveled year. Still had a pretty damn good year. And Jack Eichel has proven he deserves to be a top 50 player. I believe so. And again, you could put him in for Dubnyk or Andersen or Toews, or a couple other players who could be lower rated. I'm not gonna, complain too much about the rating system that EA has put out and whatnot, but I feel like Jack Eichel is definitely getting underrated in NHL 19. Next up, Leon Draisaitl. Exact same thing about the other 2 guys. I could literally just copy and paste what I said about them. Draisaitl does not deserve to be an 87 overall. He should be higher, but I understand EA's point on trying to lower overalls. But when you have someone in like Jonathan Toews, and again, I hate to use the name Jonathan Toews over and over, but if you have him in, why not have Leon Draisaitl? And again, I think it's because of name value. Jonathan Toews is a higher name. He's a big name. Everyone knows who he is. Everyone knows the name Jonathan Toews. Leon Draisaitl, not so much. Not that he's, a nobody, but they put Toews in just to say, hey, look, Jonathan Toews made the top 50. Now, if there's one thing I disagree with, is that Connor Hellebuyck is not a top 50 player. In fact, I believe he's probably a top 4, top 5 goalie in the league, so having him not even in the top 50 players, very surprising. I would 100% replace Connor Hellebuyck for Devan Dubnyk. Now, I have nothing against Devan Dubnyk. I think he's a good goalie, don't get me wrong, but how is he higher rated than Connor Hellebuyck? How is he higher rated than Andrei Vasilevskiy? How the hell is he higher rated than Pekka Rinne? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't get it. I'm obviously missing something, so let me know down below why you think Devan Dubnyk is a better goalie than Connor Hellebuyck or Andrei Vasilevskiy. I feel like Hellebuyck should 100% be in the top 50. Next up, we have Joe Pavelski, year in and year out, puts up a ton of points, a great two-way player, ton of goals. I think the only reason he might not be an 87 or 88 is because he's getting older. I think that might be the only reason, because year in and year out, he puts up a decent amount of points. He's a great two-way player. He can play the wing and the center position. Like, he's a great player. I feel like his age might be catching up to him. EA feels the same way and have dropped him below 87. It's possible he could still be 87, but finishing the year at 86 for NHL 18, I feel like that's probably where he's going to end up for the beginning of 19. And just for anyone who didn't believe me about Joe Pavelski, he's quietly been one of the best offensive players in the league. 22 goals last year, 29 the year before, 38 the year before, 37 the year before, and then 41 the year before that. He's only, what, 33? Maybe going to be 34? He's a great player. I don't know. Now, the rest of these players are just on the bubble for me and could be a top 50, but also I understand why they are not. I'm going to start off with Mitch Marner. Now, Mitch Marner, very, very good young player. And in the next couple years, if he's not a top 20, I'd be very, very surprised. I understand why he is not a top 50 at the moment. However, if he was in the top 50, I wouldn't be surprised at the same time. I like Marner a lot. I actually prefer him over Auston Matthews on the Toronto Maple Leafs, as I watch a lot of their games. I don't know. Marner could be a top 50, and again, like I said, all these players could be top 50, but Marner's just on that bubble for me. Alright, this one's a surprising one for me. Defenseman Shea Weber, rated 89 last year. 89, dropping all the way to at least 87. I don't know if I agree with it. I really don't. Now, I do feel like he shouldn't be as high rated as PK Subban, but Subban was only rated, I believe, at 88. So, it makes sense, but I feel like Subban should be higher than 88, so I don't know. I don't know, guys. Shea Weber, I feel like, was snubbed out of the top 50. He's a great defenseman, and there's some other defensemen in the top 50 that you could definitely trade out for Shea Weber. I'm going to say the same thing for John Klingberg. I think he's an amazing defenseman. Obviously, finished with an amazing year. I don't know if there's anything negative I can say against him, and I don't understand the decision to have him 87, possibly 86 overall. Obviously, he's not going to be 85. He's only 25, so it's not like there's an age issue with this guy. So why he's dropping so much, I don't know. Is he better than, say, Roman Josi? It's debatable if you want to look at stats. Just in terms of player ability, I'm probably picking Klingberg over Josi, and I love Josi. I'm a huge fan of Josi, but Klingberg's proven to be a top-tier defenseman. And just to follow up on that, yes, Roman Josi is a top 50 player. He's rated the same as PK Subban at 88 overall, which is surprising to me. There's another defenseman I want to talk about here from the Columbus Blue Jackets, Seth Jones. Last year, he had a pretty damn good year. The year before, he put up 42 points. It's Seth Jones, all right? Like, I feel like these... Look, you can only fit so many people into the top 50. I understand that. But some of these players just don't make any sense to me. As last year, he had another 57 points as a defenseman. 57 points. I don't know, guys. As a defenseman, you're putting up this many points, being rated 87 overall just doesn't make much sense to me. There's a lot of players you could put in and take out, and I feel like the top 50 should be the best of the best. And when you have someone like Jonathan Toews and Devin Dubnyk representing the top 50, while players like Seth Jones or Connor Hellebuck do not make it in, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Now, there's one more player I did want to talk about. I didn't actually originally have him written down, but going through the editing and watching the video, I realized I should have talked about him a little bit. That's William Carlson. Now, obviously, he tore it up last year, and I feel like the only reason he isn't going to be top 50 is because he's only done it 1 year. You know, you have one really good year, like Eric Staal last year. He had an amazing year, but he's got to do it again to prove that it wasn't a fluke. He's got to do it again to prove that he can stay that consistent. So if William Carlson has another great year, puts up another 40-plus goals, he'll be a top 50 player, but I understand why he's not in top 50 right now. The last person I'm going to talk about is Philip Forsberg of the Nashville Predators. Last year, he finished with 64 points in 67 games, almost a point per game, but then heading into the playoffs, put up 16 points in 13 games for the Preds. I really like Philip Forsberg. Is he a top 50 player? Maybe not yet, but he could definitely be there next year. One more really good year, and Forsberg's got to be there. And you've got to think, looking at the top 50, some of these young guys have got to start moving up. Now, I could be wrong about some of these players, and I understand that, and feel free to leave your discomfort and everything down below in the comments, and let's chat about this. But are players like David Pastrnak, Connor Hellebuck, Shea Weber, are they not 50 players? Are they not top 50 players? I feel like they are. I really do. When taking a look at the top 50, and again, yes, they could all be rated 87 overall. I need to point this out. All of these players could be rated 87 overall, but they're technically not a top 50 player according to EA. Players like Freddie Anderson, Jonathan Toews, Ryan Suter, I don't know, guys. Some of these players, I don't know if they deserve to make it. They've also messed up on a few things I'm going to point out in a future video, and that is some of the ratings of these players. The one I'm going to talk about is Brad Marchand. 88 overall does not make sense. Devin Dubnyk being 89 just does not make sense to me. Is Alex Pietrangelo a better defenseman than Roman Josi, PK Subban? Is he better than John Klingberg or Seth Jones? I don't know, guys. Let me know down below what you think. But that is going to be it for the video. The players I run down are players I feel should be at least considered for the top 50. And I feel like there's some of them that definitely need to be in there. And, I mean, Connor Hellebuck is not a top 50 player. Are you joking? I don't know, guys. Right now, he's a top 10 goalie. He should be a top 4 or top 5 goalie, in my opinion. Let me know what you think, guys. I'm out of here. I'll be back with the top 50 players of NHL 19 whenever the stats get released. They haven't announced it yet. I'm still waiting on it, but we know who the top 10 are, and that's always awesome. That's always great. We'll go ahead and get into that in the next video. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And again, leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think. Did I make a mistake on this? Should I have brought up some other people? And again, I have a whole list here. I wish I could show you. I have a list of like 30 people here that I could write down and say, hey, they should be top 50. The problem is, you can only fit 50 people in there, and the other people in the other list, and the other people who are actually in the list probably deserve to be there too. It's a really tough list to put together. There are some mistakes, but let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.